Amber sir, shall we begin
Mm,
or shall we
yes,
wait?
ma'am. I'm okay. I'm game. We can begin the moment you want, but I just see around 38, 39 people right now. So
Yes, sir.
if you cool. Let's start building to this session. By the time people might join.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Uh, Participants, you've already interacted with Amber sir before, so you are well aware of his zeal in taking such sessions. But yes, as a customary, I would again like to introduce Amber sir with all the participants. Mr. Amber Arondekar, he is the founder and mentor of the Impact Learning. He's a seasoned corporate trainer with over 21 years of experience in academic as well as in corporates. He's a commerce graduate and has an MBA degree to his credit with specialization in marketing and human resource management. His professional association includes those with CII, the youth wing of CII, IMA, Life Insurance Roundtable, Life Underwriters National Guild, Life Insurance Agency Association, All India Senior Business Associate Forum, and the list goes on. He's also associated with Madhya Pradesh Cricket Association and Vidarbha Cricket Association as knowledge partner for training young cricketers on mental toughness. And Sir imparts training under 16, under 19, and under 23 team players. During course of his corporate Odissi, he has won several awards and recognitions and has been instrumental in establishing training process in startup organizations. Um, I'm glad to also share with you that sir is a very good writer and he keeps on writing such good stuff and content that inspires everybody. So we are glad to have you with us again here, sir, for the theme mental toughness in personal effectiveness. And Amber, sir, this is the last session, the last phase of STTP, the final phase. We are ending with your session. What great than this? Over to you, Amber, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kiranji. So nice of you. Um, Hi, partners. I I told you the other day that there can't be anything more riskier for a trainer or a speaker to continuously keep coming in front of the same audience. But then what I had heard somewhere that a man feels lonely despite of the fact that he is amongst people only on two occasions. Number one, when he's on deathbed and he's surrounded by his own people, he knows the journey that he is going to embark upon. He's going to be needing to travel that journey all alone. And the second time when a person feels lonely is when he's supposed to be addressing some real intelligent people and kind of addressing them continuously, so he knows his own limitations. So again, I think by virtue of my profession and by virtue of an instruction received from my guru, Dr. Vivek Kushwa, I could collect the dare and come and talk to you friends again. I hope I don't you guys don't put me into the second situation. Partners, when Kiran madam spoke to me about the topic today, which was personal effectiveness, I honestly telling you was not really not very prepared. But then I thought, why not? I really love talking to people, and I said if there are some friends who are left, I just received some 25, 30 text messages on my WhatsApp accepting me as a friend. So I see some more room. There are 53 people around. So I thought, why not have some more? Why not try and make some more friends? So whatever I'm going to, speaking to you, ladies and gentlemen, today is, the learnings that I have made from my interactions with these young cricketers. So the session that I'm going to be, taking you through today is mental toughness for personal effectiveness. I have, I do a lot of mental toughness sessions for a lot of corporates. Tata was one of the organization that asked me to do a mental toughness session for their business leaders across Tata Group plants a couple of years back. So this is it. These are the learnings from the cricketing field applied to life. Um, so my again, the method or the style that I operate does not change. Are you guys are you guys okay if we talk about mental toughness for personal effectiveness? That is, so I call this mental toughness for personal effectiveness. That's the topic for the session. Are you guys okay with it? If you feel that the session, the title is okay, you'd like to talk about mental toughness, you'd like to me to share my inputs about mental toughness with you friends, so just give me a yes. If I receive a yes from you, will make my life easy. I'll feel that it is not just that on request of my guru that I'm here. You friends also want to talk to me. Thank you so much, Manoj sir. Thank you so much, Sarita ma'am, Shashanvita ma'am. Thank you so much. I mean, these are certain friends that I made last time. So I'm really expecting some new friends this time. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Anandji, Neha madam, thank you so much. So nice of you to have responded. I appreciate. My energy keeps going from the responses that I receive from my participants. I'm sure a lot of you are management educators, and this same must be holding true for you as well. In a class, in case if the participants are all very interactive, then I'm sure you also must be enjoying the class. So thank you so much for interacting, my friends. Now, let us see. If I ask you, what is what according to you is mental toughness, right? What according to you is mental toughness? Um, Manoj has said being mentally tough and yet ground touched is the most essential in today's scenario and forever. Manoj sir, I appreciate, but what I want to know from all my friends is what is their understanding of mental toughness. Kiran ma'am, are our participants allowed to unmute themselves and talk, or they can only type in the chat box?
No, sir, they can do both. They can unmute as well as type.
Fantastic. So partners, why not? Why not, talk to each other? Maybe I understand that I'm, talking to educators, and we can definitely expect, decorum and discipline. So maybe some of you can be, some of you can take this onus of unmuting himself or herself and let me know what according to you is mental toughness. This is a very interesting stuff. So please, anyone.
Sir,
Good
this
morning,
is
sir.
Anita, sir.
Good morning.
Okay.
Sir, may I?
Yeah, please, please,
This
please.
is
Pleasure, ma'am.
Sarita.
Yes, ma'am. Please go on. Anita, ma'am, you can continue.
Sir,
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Can I? Anita?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sir, according to me, when you tell it is mental toughness means like how we are balanced in our thinking, in our emotions, how strong we can, no, not only physically, but also mentally trying to be very positive about ourselves. And then no, try to face anything with mental soundness. This is what I feel, sir. I don't know whether I'm right, but this is what I feel.
Can you give me an example? Let us say if you were to give me an example of what is mental strength, and or probably one incident in your life where you or where you found somebody displaying mental strength.
Where I'll tell you an instance where I was trying to overcome the state of my mind, like when my mother expired. I was trying to see, because being the eldest in the family, like I was trying to see how best I can cope with myself, and also see how the things can move forward. So that is what I feel about it. I don't know whether I'm right about it.
Fantastic. Anybody else wants to give it an attempt? I'm sure there are a lot of people who are writing some interesting thing. Sarita madam says mental toughness. Yeah, please. Who's that?
Yeah, this is Shishanita.
Yeah, madam, go ahead.
Yeah, sir, I narrate my incidents. When
Please.
my son was born, just after 5 minutes of his birth, he was declared dead.
Oh my God.
And like that time, I didn't do anything. It was my sister who actually saved his life. Today he's 15 years old, and that time, after 3 days, actually, I collapsed, and so the doctors did not inform me. After 3 days, it was my father who told me. Then the doctors, they came and told me what happened to my son. And then when I was crying, it was the doctors, my son's doctor as well as my doctor. They took me to the nursery, and there they showed me a 7 months baby and a 5 months baby. And the 7 months baby that was born to a mother whose son
Yes.
expired when the son was 14 years old. And after that, she conceived and she gave birth to this child who was just 7 months old. Then he asked me, like, who is in more pain? Is it you or is it this mother? See, we are fighting, we will save your child. Now you have to decide who is in more pain. Because this is your first child, you still have an opportunity. But for this mother, she has no second opportunity. And this child will give life to her. And so at that time, I prayed for that child. And I really, yes, doctors were successful in saving that child. Doctor was successful in saving my child. So I think that is mental strength.
So, I mean, going by both the examples cited by two brilliant ladies out here, do you believe that mental toughness is something like keeping calm in adversity? Sarita ma'am, is that the does it resonate with your answer? Keeping calm in awake of adversity.
Yes, sir, somewhat. We have to be hopeful and we have to make sure that our mind, should be stable. Though it is very difficult, but we have to show the positive aspect.
You know what, my dear friends? Interestingly, human mind is an amazing, what should I say? It's an amazing creation of the Almighty. Now let me ask you a question. If you guys were supposed to keep awake without sleeping, how many days can you keep awake without sleeping? Give me an answer. Any tentative figure by all of you. How many days can you keep awake without sleeping?
3 to 4 days, sir.
3 to 4 days?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay. Now, in case if somebody from our family is hospitalized, right? Then does this increase or this decreases? Can we have more sleepless nights or can we have less sleepless nights?
So more.
More. Why?
Because we want our family member to be fit and fine.
So you know
and
what happens is,
to be next to us.
whenever in light of adversity, the human mind unleashes an extra power, right? I mean, see, in my opinion, let me share with you some interesting things. There are 4 energy levels. There are 4 energy levels at which a human being operates. 4 energy levels. Have you heard of these energy levels? The first level of energy is physical energy. The second level of energy is mental energy. Now, understand, physical energy is absolutely what is required to keep awake. Now, when you are perfectly fine, you are hale and hearty, happy, maybe let's say a marriage. So in case of a marriage, or in case if there are some parties going on, you may still be able to kind of sustain your sleep for maybe 2, 3, 4 days, because your mind is not into that urgency mode, or not that emergency mode is not activated. But the moment you know that there's somebody in hospital and you have your mind is actually with the person, that point in time your mind activates the emergency mode, and that is where the mental energy keeps in, and you are able to keep awake for a longer period of time than you would otherwise usually do. So if I was to tell you that what mental toughness is, trust me, mental toughness is just not about holding yourself in difficult times, because in case of difficult times, your mind has all the more tendency, have you heard of the flight or a flight response? My friends, in case if you have heard of a flight or a flight response, just type a yes. In case if you have not heard of it, type a no. Okay, ma'am. It is one of the most common things that if you you read about human psychology. Okay, Milind Khairnar sir says that he has heard. Milindji, can you unmute yourself and let us know what is the flight and a fight response? Milindji, can you unmute yourself and let us know? Mr. Milind Khairnar, is my voice reaching you? Because Milind sir said that he has heard what a flight or a flight response is. See, typically a fight or a flight response is, let us say, you are going on a lonely street and suddenly a dog starts to follow you. Now, the moment the dog starts to follow you, your mind is cognitive of this fact that, you are being followed. And the moment dog comes a little close, it is the time that your mind decides to take one of the responses. Either you want to, fight, or you want to take you want to run away. Now, in either of the cases, the mind takes the call, and the rest of the things are accordingly, adjusted. Now, there are a lot of hormonal, changes or physiological changes that go into your body. So you may read about flight or a flight response. That's a very interesting thing. But, usually when I do this topic, mental toughness, that I'm talking to you today, this is a 2-day minimum, a 2-day story. So today I'm supposed to be kind of, doing this with you in around 90 minutes time, 1.5 hours time. And this is such a dear topic to my heart that I may actually lose track. So let me collect myself. I'm sure flight or fight response is something that you can read about it on the net. But let me again take you to what mental toughness according to me is. Before I actually tell you what it is, let me share something very interesting with you people. We'll come to this thing. What? Are you able to see my screen? Give me a yes or a no.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what do you see in this picture?
Marathon.
Marathon. What do you think? This is a marathon is starting at this point in time, or the marathon is ending here?
It's ending.
What is it? Is it ending or is it starting? What do a majority of people feel?
Starting.
Okay. Somebody says ending. Astha ji says it's starting. Madam Shashanvita is saying it's starting. Sarita ji is saying it's starting. Few more people. Start of the race. Yes, Parag bhai, it is starting. Fantastic, friends. So now you a lot of you believe that this is starting, and indeed it is starting. Now, if you see this, can you have few more observations being shared with me about this? That if you were to make certain observations, what would those observations be? What would those observations be about this, about the participants at this point?
I am Dr. Guru Vishal Sana, sir. They are running by seeing each other.
Okay.
They are following. They are not running, but they are following.
Yes, sir. Because there is they
are following. They are in a crowd because everybody is looking at each other in a race. It is not a race,
there is a big crowd, sir. Because at the end there is few people left.
Not a problem. पर मुझे और कुछ चाहिए. मुझे what I want is.
So I feel that there is some enthusiasm in each and every person's body language.
Who says that? Who's that?
Shashanvita does.
Okay. So Shashanvita ji, you've made a great observation that everybody is enthusiastic, right? What else? High on energy. Fantastic, Mr. Kishan. Great. Anybody else who wants to unmute himself or herself and tell me what they are very high on energy, they are very enthusiastic. What else? What do you think they want? What is in their mind right now? Yes, I know the picture disappeared, but cool. Let me show you the picture once again. Can you, can you tell me that looking at this picture, what do you think is is on their mind?
Sir, this is Dr. Rupali here. I feel everybody is thinking and have decided upon winning the race or completing the target within the given time frame. So that must be in their mind now.
Okay.
And
Sangeeta
we
started
started all together in a team that will be ending as per their individual time limits.
Rupali madam, may I know a little more about you? What do you do? Which place do you belong to?
Sir, I am from Mumbai and working with Sasmira Institute of Management as the faculty member.
All right. Rupali madam and Sarita madam, two of you have said few things. Prateek also has said something. Hari Krishnan ji also has said that these people are thinking about winning. I'll honestly tell you what, in Rupali ma'am, your voice somehow told me that you could be from Mumbai. That's the reason I asked you, where are you from? Do you ever go to internet and find out who has won the Mumbai Marathon for last 4 years? Is it the same person or it is a different person winning?
Sir, I think different person.
No, out of last 5 years, once a different person did win the race, but 4 times it is the same person who comes in from Jamaica, he wins the race. Now look at here, look at this. This is something probably I think you all will be stunned to know. This is the start of the race. This is marathon. Many people are participating into it. They are high on energy. They till this point in time, they are all very enthusiastic. But the most important thing is, many are participating in the race for the heck of it or for the sake of it. Most of them know that they may not actually complete it at all. There are actually extremely low number of people who are actual contenders to win. So you know what? This is a very special picture, and you have to know this, that not many of them, forget about not many of them, most of them know that they may not be able to complete it. A marathon is 41 kilometers, madam, 41.4. And 90% of the people running, they either run 1/4 of marathon or they run half marathon, and they complete it in what, 3 hours, 4 hours. By the time everything is all finished, the person who has to win it, if he wins it in less than 2 hours. So the most important thing is, 90% of the people who run marathon, they know that they cannot win. Yaar, unko pata hota hai ki they cannot win. Do you agree or you don't agree?
Yes, sir.
I agree.
So here is what I have to say. Partners, there are many people who simply, God knows for what reason are they running the race. They know that they don't win. They are not going to win. उन्हें पता होता है कि वो जीतने नहीं वाले. या देखो यार, मैं जब है ना स्पोर्ट्स फील्ड पे रहता हूं, तो स्पोर्ट्स फील्ड पे आपको ना थोड़ी सी अलग लैंग्वेज वापरनी पड़ती है. तो जब आप स्पोर्ट्समैन लोगों से बात करते हो, तो वैसे बात नहीं कर सकते जैसे प्रोफेसर से करते हो. स्पोर्ट्स फील्ड पे ये बोलना पड़ता है कि यार 90% लोग जो खेलते हैं ना, उन्हें पता होता है कि उनका बाप भी नहीं जीत सकता. Now understand, do you see any connection between this and life? Do you see that this is exactly the kind of philosophy that is reflected in life as well? If I ask you why a lot of people do not do great in their lives, if I ask you, why do you think a lot of students, see, we are all teachers, allow me to call myself a teacher. This is a self-praise, calling oneself a teacher, but then let me do that. I've done bit of, I've been part of academics some 15-16 years back. Then I thought I don't deserve to be a teacher, so I went back to learn little more from life, and probably 3 or 4 years down the line, if life allows me, I'll again come and be a teacher again. But if I ask you, why do you think that students don't score great grades in their exam? Those who don't score great grades in their exam, why do you think they don't score great grades in their exam?
Sir, because they actually don't have that enthusiastic that they have to do something because they don't know why they are doing it.
Who's
Some
that?
student,
Whom I'm speaking to?
sir, this is Sarita, and
Sarita,
some
it can be summed up in one line that, you know, in any walk of life, if someone is not doing good, he or she is not doing good simply because of the fact that he or she does not want to do good. You know, he or she, 99% of the people who don't do anything in life, they don't do anything in life because they don't have a purpose to do anything great in life.
Yes, sir, I agree.
I mean, you know, desire is okay. Desire is like wishful thinking. यार मुझे कहीं से पैसे पड़े हुए मिल जाए. But if there are people who are not making money, they are not making money because they are not desirous of making money. They only want money. That money should fall into their lap. They don't want. There is no purpose. Now, this is where the mental toughness comes into picture. The mental toughness is about the resolution, the purpose, the clarity of thought that you want something and you are willing to do anything that it takes to do it. Now, understand, as I said, in case of difficult times, your mind always will come up with the best possible effort. So mental toughness is not about doing what you are supposed to do in difficult times, because in difficult times there is no other option but you will do that. Mental toughness, my dear friends, is doing what you should do in non-difficult times. Let me repeat. In difficult times, when you are supposed to do something and you do that, cool, that's not mental toughness. That is majburi. That is compulsion. But mental toughness is doing what you have to do in non-difficult times. Let me give you an example. Are you, do you want an example? Are you all with me at this point in time? Do you want an example?
Yes, sir.
Come on, I want more yeses.
Yes, sir.
I should not feel that I'm boring you guys here. I mean, Mr.
Yes,
Kalucha shared the feedback
Yes,
with
sir.
Oh, thank you so much. So, partners, I used to weigh around 104 kg 5 months back. And from 104, now I've come down to 89 kg on my journey to around 75 kg, right? I'm still overweight. And that's the reason why I have only, focused the camera till the face. I make sure at the point that, nobody is ever able to see my tummy. Tell me, how many of us actually want to lose weight? Anybody? How many of you, want to lose weight?
Everyone.
Everyone. Now, see, what are you supposed to do to lose weight? Simple, boss, simple thing. The simple thing that you should do to lose weight is walk. Do you agree that we all need to just walk? Come on, I mean, there's nothing else. Walk. That's the best stuff. Now, yes, Hari Sahab, dieting and walking, but let us focus on one thing at a time. We all need to walk. Now, how many of you know how to walk? Give me an answer. Do you know how to walk? How many of us know how to walk? Come on, I want a yes or no that I know how to walk. Waiting for answers, my dear friends. No, Hari Sahab, no, forget about any specific type of walking, brisk walks, arm stretch, nothing doing. I'm saying simple walk. Do we know how to walk?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. We know how to walk. Okay, Milind Saab says, do not know how to walk for weight loss. Well, Kiranji, can you unmute Khairnar Saab? Last time Milind Saab could not unmute himself. So let me have a word with Milind Saab. Milind Saab, can you unmute yourself now?
Yes, sir, he is on unmute mode. Milind sir, can you speak, please?
Because Milind sir has written a very interesting thing in the chat box. He says, do not know how to walk for weight loss. Milind bhai, वैसे ही चलना होता है यार जैसे चलते हैं. Weight loss के लिए कोई अलग नहीं चलना होता. You know what is the problem? The problem is not knowing. हमें ये समस्या ये नहीं है हमारी कि हमें पता नहीं होता कैसे चलना है. यार, our problem is, we all start to walk as well. We all start sometimes. You go to a party, you see a lot of handsome guys who have, who are wearing an average dress, but it looks great on them. The next day you start to walk. The problem is you're not able to sustain that walk for a longer time for it to yield the result. You start to walk for 3-4 days.
Very
And then,
true, sir.
yeah, when you start to walk for 3-4 days, you'll end up buying yourself a new pair of shoes, maybe a new tracksuit. Your wife is looking at you and laughing, and she knows that how long is it all going to go. But then the walk does not continue. And why the walk does not continue? Manosa, when you are saying lack of consistency, this is what mental weakness is all about. You know what? 2014 February, I underwent angiography, and the doctor told me, Amber, there are 3 blockages in your heart, in your arteries. Now for the next 6 months, goddamn, I was so damn disciplined that after 6 months, when I went to my cardiologist, he said, oh my God, you are a changed person. And then I told my wife, cool, yaar, we have got a positive feedback from doctor. Let's go for a party. So from doctor's clinic, we straight away went to mainland China to have a wonderful food. And the party is still very continuing. So, you will see there are a lot of people who go to morning walk as a matter of compulsion. But people who are mentally tough, they don't wait for their health condition to deteriorate. They don't wait for their health condition to get bad or worse, and then they do it. Mental toughness is doing what you're supposed to do, even in peace times. In wartime, taking exigent measures is absolutely a call of the hour. But in the peace times, if you are able to do the same thing, they say that if you toil hard in the peace times, you don't bleed in the war times. That is exactly what it is. So my dear friends, mental toughness is nothing else. Mental toughness is nothing else but following. Mental toughness is following your regime in easy times as well. So if you have decided to walk continuously. Just keep doing it. Don't worry about the results. So now understand, if you look at it, when I talk about, mental toughness for personal effectiveness, see, a lot of these people are chasing, typically when I talk about cricketers, can you imagine what is the difficult dream that these people are chasing? Anybody, how many of my friends out here whom I'm speaking to are engineers? Engineers, just give me a why. If you are an engineer, give me a why. Give me a why in the chat box. How many engineers? Please, I need your help. Okay, Milinji, thank you so much. You are an engineer. So Milind bhai, in case if there is a cricketer who wants to break into Indian team, right? The population of India, the young men in India who wants to be a cricketer, and only 11 people play for India. So can you help me understand what is the probability of anybody getting into the Indian team? What is the kind of probability that, one would have? यार, इंडिया की 130 करोड़ लोगों की पॉपुलेशन में हम ये मान लें कि यार 20% लोग यंग मैन होंगे. 20%. So in case if 20% people are young men, then the probability is something like 11 upon 26 CR. That is the probability. So understand, yeah, when these people chase a place in Indian team, what kind of mental toughness they would have. Breaking into Ranji Trophy, breaking into India A, breaking into, and then you know what? Every year the new bunch of people keep coming in. You need to think about somebody like Surya Kumar Yadav, who was knocking the doors for so many years, and then finally he gets into the team. You have to feel for somebody like Karun Nair, who after having scored a 300 run into the test match, the only second Indian to do that, he's still waiting for his place in the test team. So, let us take it forward. I hope now you know what is my definition of mental toughness. My definition of mental toughness is doing something even when you know that doing that is not your compulsion. But when you still keep doing it. Now, let me give you another example. You know what? As human beings, we decide to do loads of things to enhance our personal effectiveness. I mean, cool. Let me very honestly ask you one thing. What is the meaning of this word STTP that all of us are part of? What is STTP?
Short-term training program.
And who's that? Who gave me the answer?
Sir, Dr. Rupali here.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, is this the first training program that all of us are attending, or we have already attended many programs before that like this?
Sir, I have attended before this.
Okay. How many of you attended, any training program before this? Just say yes. If you have attended the training program, say yes. Asta madam says she has attended for the first time. Thank you, Rupali ji. Milind sir says he has attended. Sarita ma'am says first time. All right, a lot of us. Now I want to ask you a very honest question. And while you answer this, do you think training makes a difference? Give me an honest answer. Do you think training makes a difference? Yeah, come on, ऐसे मत करो that you are talking to a trainer, so you have to keep, you have to keep his heart. एक ट्रेनर का दिल रखने के लिए बात मत कीजिए. चलिए तो मुझे एक बात बताइए, when you attended some training programs, how did your life change? Yeah, Debolina ji, you're saying that you attended training program and it helped. So how did your life change after the training program?
So whatever inputs and insights, we have received, it did help us to have an open thought and, think out of our mind, taking inputs of the trainer and the useful information given by trainer. We are implementing it in our day-to-day life, being a professor for the student as well as ourselves.
Okay. Debolina ji, I'm going to be, am I allowed to be little direct or harsh?
Absolutely.
Sir.
Yes.
Absolutely, sir, can I speak, Dr. Gurushal?
या अरे विशाल भाई, आपकी आवाज में पहचान लेता हूँ, आपको नाम बताने की जरूरत नहीं है, आदेश कीजिए.
Sir, you have to practice what is told on daily basis. You have to do it as a curriculum.
अच्छा चलो एक काम करते हैं, है ना? We will come to you. हाँ, मनोज जी and विशाल भाई, you are right. Both of you are saying it makes a difference only when we implement it. But you are saying training program makes a difference.
Yes, you have to practice.
I want to ask you one thing. There is a number that I have placed on the chat box. This is the book that I'm writing right now. Until now I have only written poetry books, but this is the first interesting book that is going to come in next 6 months. Have you heard about this number? आपने कभी ये number सुना है? 29200. Have you heard of this number? Okay.
It is basically a numerical which speaks about a total of 13. 29200, 13. It is having some prime number.
29200. If you divide it by 365 days, 365, it will give you 80. So 29200. The book that I'm writing, it is about the fact that we all are going to live 80 years. That is the average life expectancy of an Indian these days. Okay. It is less than that, but I'm assuming it to be 80 years. Right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
29200. I mean, there are some extremely intelligent people who said in 80 years there are going to be 20 leap years. So 29220. Let me increase 20 days for people who want to account for leap year as well. Now, if I tell you that it is 29200 days, I want you to give me a why. Ladies excluded from this question. If you are 40, type a yes. If you are less than 40, type a no. I am more than 40. Type a yes or no.
Yes, sir. I am also 40.
So Vishal bhai, interesting thing is, you know what? यार हमें अगर जिंदगी में कोई बड़ी पर्सनल इफेक्टिवनेस हासिल करनी है, कोई बड़ा काम करना है, कोई तो यार कब करेंगे? I mean, when is it that we are going to make it big in life?
तुरंत करना चाहिए सर, तुरंत, at random. अगर तो थॉट है तो स्टार्ट कर दो.
No, it is not about starting. I'm not saying start you can always. My question is, when is it that we're going to make it big in life? Because the personal effectiveness, when people undergo training, after training, you getting motivated, you getting a fresh thought. It is all to me, it is all an eyewash. Boss, if the training does not change your life, if it does not make you achieve something in life, what is the fun of the training?
Nothing.
See, I whenever I go to a corporate house gives me a plain and a simple verdict. Boss, if your training does not yield, you don't exist. You don't exist. I mean, if a multinational like John Deere is hiring me to train their people, a trainer is only as good as the last training program that he delivers. Nobody bothers about who you are, what your qualifications are, what your experience is. At the end of the day, you tell me, boss, if I ask you, what is definition of personal effectiveness? What is it that you want to, what is it that you want the personal effectiveness to yield? And cool, chalo, let us have the other question later. What do you think you want the personal effectiveness to yield? Yeah, if anybody is personally very effective, what should it yield him? What should his personal effectiveness yield him? Give me answers. क्या होना चाहिए? Personal effectiveness से क्या
Others should get, sir, others should also get affected by that. Others should also get affected by that.
विशाल
लोगों
भाई,
को उसको ट्रांजिशन
विशाल भाई, अभी ना आप देखो यार, ये जो है ना, ये संस्कार टीवी वाली लाइन लग रही है मुझे. Others should forget about others यार. First Milind साहब, sense of fulfillment. See, trust me, in my opinion, we all are very shy in accepting a lot of things. You know what? If at all, let's say when we got an offer letter from our institute to join that institute, what was the first thing that we saw in our offer letter? Which was the page? Page 1, page 2, page 3. कौन सा सबसे पहले देखा था यार हमने अपने ऑफर लेटर में?
सर, सैलरी कितना आ रहा है?
Which is page 3, total gross employment.
Yes.
लेकिन
Total compensation per annum.
आप में से किसी ने भी मुझे ये नहीं कहा कि पर्सनल इफेक्टिवनेस. बॉस, the thing is, in case if you are personally effective, right? यार, मेस्लो के नीड हायरार्की थ्योरी में भी सबसे पहले, मतलब सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन बाद में आता है यार. आई थिंक मनी इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इफ आई थिंक आई एम पर्सनली इफेक्टिव, आई शुड मेक मनी. Otherwise, what is the fun of my effectiveness? You agree or you don't agree?
Agree, sir, agree.
We are all living in a material world.
Agreed.
The success of people is measured by money. Fantastic. Kiranji, is that you when you say STTP management?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Kiranji, you said you don't agree. Can I have your version?
Yes, sir.
Please.
So you said that the first thing that comes in personal effectiveness is money.
No.
So thing is that is called as.
Let me correct. I said, how do you want your personal effectiveness to yield you? आपको आपके पर्सनल इफेक्टिवनेस से क्या फायदा मिलना चाहिए, राइट? देखिए, एक चीज हो सकती है, लोग कह सकते हैं,
sir, one of the measures is money.
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. One of the measures is money, or the prime measures is money, sir.
Health, wealth, and relationships. These are the three.
True, sir. Agreed upon.
That a lot of people die for. Now, honestly telling you, health is something very individual. The moment you talk about the social success, see, what have I seen? We all human beings, we are more focused on social success in our initial life journey. I mean, over a period of time, when you turn 50, 55, then you start defining your own definition of, success. That boss, theek hai yaar, mujhe koi matlab nahi hai. But when we are all young, when we are all running the same race, it is about the car you own. It is about the, villa that you live in. It is about the social recognition you have. So to me, my job is to help people perform better and achieve whatever that they want to achieve. But when you talk about personal effectiveness, see, I'll connect it to what I was saying. Usually what happens is, why don't we do whatever whatever we decide to do? You attend a training program, you like a training program, and then you feel like my God, this sounds something interesting, and I want to apply it in our life. You know what? Some people, some percentage of people, they want to apply. So assume that, let us say 30% of the people after attending a training program, or maybe 70% of the people after attending the training program, they want to apply things in life. But only 30% of the people actually starts to apply. They start to apply. But a very few people are able to continue the application of this. You want me to give you an example? Hello? Are my friends with me? Do you want me to give you an example?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many of you have heard of this thing? How many of you have heard of this thing? Bhagavad Gita. If you have heard of Bhagavad Gita, tell me a yes. Give me a yes. Give me a yes, quick. If you have not heard of it, say no. Fantastic. Now, if you have read Bhagavad Gita, just type R. Read Bhagavad Gita. If you have read Bhagavad Gita, type R. Type R. Fantastic, Kiranji. You seem to have read. Simant Deshpande ji says he has read. Jubin sir says he has read. Come on, I want more people here. I know I'm speaking to people who are all learned, so you must have read. I want more R's. How many of you have read? If you have read Bhagavad Gita, type an R, quick. Okay, Jubin sir, can you, Jubin ji, can you unmute yourself? Can I talk to you, Jubin ji?
Yes, sir.
Jubin sir, Bhagavad Gita, who narrated Bhagavad Gita to whom? किसने किसको सुनाई थी?
So Lord Krishna to Arjun.
चलो, fantastic. So you're right. भगवान कृष्ण ने अर्जुन को सुनाई थी. कब सुनाई थी और क्यों सुनाई थी?
सर महाभारत के बीच में उसको मोटिवेट करने के लिए, ताकि वो महाभारत कर सके, युद्ध कर सके.
मतलब समस्या ये थी कि अर्जुन साहब हथियार उठाना नहीं चाह रहे थे, अपने कर्तव्यों से विमुख हो रहे थे. अर्जुन did not want to perform his duty. He was he was going against what was actually dutiful to be done by him, but because he was not ready to do it, भगवान कृष्ण said पूरी भगवत गीता सुनाई उसे, right?
Exactly, sir.
अच्छा, आपने पूरी पढ़ी है पक्के में?
बिल्कुल सर.
मुझे बताओ 11वां अध्याय क्या है? What is the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita?
सर जिसमें विराट रूप दिखाया था.
यार, I want you all to give a big round of applause to Jubin. Jubin sir, fantastic. Come on यार, can we have a round of applause? Can we have clap? Jubin, so nice of you. अच्छा partners, देखिए, now the Bhagavad Gita talks about Gyan Yog, Karma Yog, Bhakti Yog, Sankhya Yog. All this is done. So Lord Krishna has done everything that he could have done to convince his student Arjun. But when Arjun does not seem to get convinced with anything, at that point in time, Lord Krishna finally decides to go to the final effort. वो अर्जुन को दिव्य दृष्टि देते हैं और अर्जुन को ये कहते हैं देख, और 11वें अध्याय में भगवान कृष्ण अर्जुन को अपना विराट रूप दिखाते हैं. Lord Krishna actually gets into his virat roop in front of Arjun to make him see that, boss, everything stems out of me and everything gets back into me. You are just a reason. तुम निमित्त मात्र हो. Now ideally tell me, Jubin, यार भगवान कृष्ण के पास अर्जुन को दर्शन देने के बाद अब और कुछ करना बाकी था क्या? और क्या कर सकते थे वो?
जरूरत ही नहीं था सर कुछ. उसके बाद
कुछ हो ही नहीं. तो कायदे से क्या होना चाहिए था यार? 11th चैप्टर पे भगवत गीता खत्म हो जानी चाहिए थी, क्योंकि भगवान ने दर्शन दे दिए यार. अब क्या करेंगे? और
मेक सेंस सर. ट्रू.
भैया भगवान कृष्ण ने भगवान जी ने आपको दर्शन दे दिया. अब भगवान जी के पास और कुछ करने के लिए बचा ही नहीं. लेकिन मजेदार बात पता है क्या हुई यार? भगवत गीता भगवान के दर्शन देने के बाद 11वें अध्याय के बाद भी 18वें अध्याय तक गई. एंड एट द 18th चैप्टर द भगवत गीता के अंत में फिर 18वें चैप्टर में अर्जुन भगवान से कहते हैं करिष्ये वचनम तव, जैसा आप बोलोगे वैसा मैं करूंगा. नाउ दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ ह्यूमन माइंड. वी आर फुल ऑफ डाउट्स. यार भगवान जी के दर्शन करने के बाद साक्षात वेदों पुराणों के ज्ञाता गांडीवधारी पांडुपुत्र अर्जुन भगवान के दर्शन के बाद भी कन्विंस नहीं हुए. तो यार हमारी प्रॉब्लम पता है क्या रहती है? वी स्टार्ट टू डू समथिंग न्यू, बट वी आर ऑलवेज फुल ऑफ डाउट्स वेदर इट विल वर्क, whether it will yield, is this the right style? There is a McGregor's theory X, then at the same point in time 3 महीने बाद McGregor की theory Y. You know, the problem is mentally strong people do not pay attention to anything else, but they pay attention to only what their interest is. And when I say this, that mentally strong people only pay attention to what their interest is, you know what, there are a lot of interesting things that happen. Now let me skip few things, and I'll tell you what, let me take you to the some parts of the presentation, because otherwise, as I said, this topic is so dear to my heart. You know what happens? We all love doing things that are interesting. If it is not something, we want to do something that we just don't do it in routine. अगर हमें कुछ नया करना है, we are all very happy to do something new. We all, have a tendency to take few important things lightly, like health. Yesterday, I went to my dentist, and there was one thing written in the dentist, in his clinic, that dentistry is not costly, neglect is. And I said, I am a perfect example of it. You know what? We all, if I was to ask you, how many times we genuinely are interested in planning for something which is extremely important for our life. You know what, my dear friends, I could be wrong, but let me be honest with you. Though this is a lot old story, I was part of the academics in the year 2001 and 2002. Now I have seen some of my co-faculty members carrying notes, bunch of notes, which were 4, 5 years old, and the same notebook. They go to the class, they teach the same stuff. Interesting, the audience in front of you change. And every time that a kid comes to a college, he has huge amount of respect and expectations from the faculty. I'm saying that I've not seen, many faculties who take pride in preparing for their lecture and preparing as if there was no tomorrow. Giving it all. You know what? I think academic teaching these days is going to be so damn difficult, because our times when we all were studying in college, you had to go to library, consult 10 different books, and finally make your notes. Now the kids today are far more, they have far greater access to information. You type a topic on Google and you get 150 words, 150 pages about it. So any teacher, if he has to make great impact on the student, he has to go beyond Google. I mean, a student expects a teacher to go beyond Google. The question is, are we, how many of us are as focused as these cricketers? And you know what more? You see, a Ranji Trophy happens for just 3 months in a year. For Olympic happens once in 4 years. So every professional athlete has to perform for just 14, 15 days of Olympic, and rest 4 years he trains. With us, corporate athletes, it's exactly the other way around. We have to perform daily. I don't know how many times we actually train. We don't actually train. A lot of times we actually start judging the training programs. Did it yield? यार कोई समझ में आया क्या? बंदे ने बात अच्छी की क्या? We all do that. We are all humans. But usually, whenever, if you ask me, people, I said 70% people want to change, 30% actually start that change process. But if they don't continue that change process, it is this reason. That they don't find it interesting. Trust me, if you don't find the change process interesting, you will quit. you know, you don't want to do something that you keep doing in routine. So if you are going for a walk for first 3 days, you like walking, then you feel like going in for cycling, then you feel like going in for swimming, then you feel like yaar chalo mere paas club ki membership hai, 2 din tennis bhi khel ke aate hain, and all that stuff. But if you see people who keep focused on one thing, they are the people who yield. And just imagine, have you heard of this song? दिलवाले दुल्हनिया ले जाएंगे का एक गाना है, मेरे ख्वाबों में जो आए आके मुझे छेड़ जाए. Have you heard of this song, my friends? Just tell me a yes or a no. Picturized on Kajol bathing in rain with that white colored dress. Have you seen that song? You know what? That song was sung by Lata Mangeshkar when she was 67 years of age. Mere ख्वाबों में जो आए, when Lata Mangeshkar sung that song, it was she's 65, 67 years of age. But it is only because of the riyaz that she does. She sounds like a 19 years old girl. What was the last movie that you saw of Salman Khan? The last movie of Salman Khan? Last movie of the Bollywood star Salman Khan. Give me the name. Last movie of Salman Khan. Jai Ho. Do you want to say Jai Ho? Okay, so which year did Jai Ho come in? Which year did Jai Ho come in? $2014. No. Jai Ho was it 2014? Check it out. Okay, released at 2014. Fantastic. You're right. You're right. Jai Ho came in 2014. Now, do you know which was the first movie of Salman Khan? It was Maine Pyar Kiya, that came in 1989. So 1989 and 2014. Can you tell me? Okay, cool, madam. Dr. Sharma, you are right. Actually, it was Biwi Ho To Aisi, but Biwi Ho To Aisi, Salman Khan was not the hero. So sole hero was 1989, Maine Pyar Kiya, 89 and 11, and then 14. So can you imagine 2014 when Jai Ho must have been released? What was Salman Khan's age? Salman Khan at 52 still can play hero because he is so consistent with his effort in the gym. That is what consistency does to you. And that is what mental toughness is all about. You just don't do something because you like doing it. You just don't do something because it is interesting. You just don't do something because it is a must doing. You do something with a purpose, whether you like it or not. Boss, I'm sure Virat Kohli yaar roz batting practice kar ke pak jata hoga yaar. It must not be easy. It must not be easy. Roz thak jata hoga. But that is what makes Virat Kohli. And Virat Kohli earns 273 crore rupees in last 1 year. That is the result of personal effectiveness. We all played cricket. We were never great with it because we were never mentally focused. We were never mentally focused. We always wanted to do things that were interesting. Do you agree? Do you agree, or do you feel that this session is becoming very heavy? Please.
Agreed, sir. Agreed. आपको continuously करना पड़ेगा, sir. आपको continuously, जिसे हिंदी में कहते हैं ना, अनमोल सर, झक मार के भी मुझे चाहिए तो मैं करता रहूंगा, तो मैं करता ही रहूंगा.
करत अभ्यास के जड़ मत
हो इस जान.
You know what, विशाल सर, देखो अपनी लाइफ जो होती है ना, अपनी लाइफ में हमें कई बार यार बोरिंग चीजें करनी पड़ेंगी. If you are a teacher, you cannot have different routine. You will have to go to the class every day. I'm a trainer. I have to go and face audience every day. Virat Kohli is a cricketer. He has to just go and bat every day. Lata Mangeshkar is a singer. Kumar Vishwas has to go and do Kavi Sammelan every day. You can't, every day when you do it, it gets boring. I mean, there are a lot of people who say that follow your passion. Boss, we are all humans, right? I mean, you like aloo ka paratha, but if somebody keeps giving you aloo ka paratha, you will get bugged up.
Yes.
So mentally strong people are the people who just don't get bored. They simply keep doing it. So if you want to achieve personal effectiveness, you have to keep doing the boring stuff. Just don't give up. Same routine every day.
Correct, sir.
It will call for thinking. You know, you will have to find newer ways of making yourself happy. Never give up. Don't get frustrated.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, Amar sir.
And trust me, Vishal bhai, you know, when we all decide, our life changes. When we all decide, our life changes.
Sir, sir, I want to share one thing.
Please.
Sir, I was a digital marketing professor, and when this digital science, data sciences came into the market, so I want to do R programming, and it is very new. So I was searching it out to how to do. When I find it, it is very difficult. And anyhow, I reached to a trainer at Gurgaon. He told me how you get my address, because it was such a small lane and a small house. I said I had gone through the LinkedIn, Facebook, then I find. He says, but it is very tough to do because you are not from that background. Maine kaha, sir, halfway I had done because I had reached at you.
You know, Vishal bhai,
next you have to do with me.
Mental toughness का best example. अभी तक हम लोगों ने, मैंने आपको बताया था, there are two kind of energies, the physical energy and the mental energy. And beyond mental energy, there is third level of energy called emotional energy.
Yes.
If you operate in your life on emotional energy, then your mental toughness comes to you naturally.
Yes, sir. ये मुझे करना था तो मैंने कर दिया.
And if I want to ask you, if you want to know what emotional energy is, if you want to know, how many of you know what emotional energy is and how does it operate? Do you want to know? If you want to know, say a yes.
Sir, I am not able to, I do not know the proper definition, but I know what exactly, because I exhibit something like that, because I become emotional for something I have to do. So I put my all effort, mind, brain to one focal point and do it.
मुझे एक बात बताइए, if you have to succeed in your professional life, what do you think? Do you guys need to be emotional? I'm specifically talking about professional life. Do you guys need to be emotional, or you guys need to be, or we guys need to be logical? Which trait is more required for success in professional life? Tell me.
Sir, emotional. Sir, emotional. You must love it. आपको उसके अंदर घुस जाना पड़ेगा, इंडल्ज हो जाना पड़ेगा, करना है.
Sir, Anita ji says logical. There are, so right now it is logical, emotional. All right. Jubin says, I don't have a say on it. Jubin, you can't, leave an objective type exam like that. Sindhuja Sahab, both is not an option available. Choose A or B. So is it logical or emotional? So I'll tell you what, emotional is the right deal. Let me give you an example, right? Why do I say emotional? See, logic is all about mind, right? Logic is all about mind. Something which can be, Sharma ji, Binni ji, no blend of both. I think if you talk about emotions, that drives your mind way too strongly compared to the logical mind, because the moment your logical mind starts to calculate, let me give you an example. Let us say if you are a CEO of an organization and you want your organization to grow by 400%, right? Now you're logically, the moment you say 400%, your mind surrenders and it said, what nonsense are you talking about, boss? 400% growth kabhi hota hai kya? I mean, not that you're starting, 1 crore se 5 crore जाने की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं, but you're doing fairly good and you say 400% growth. Your logical mind will surrender. It will say nothing. It does not happen that way. But if you let your emotional mind do few things, emotional mind has infinite potential. Let me show you something. Have you know of this? How many of you know of this brand of pen? I'm showing it to you on camera. How many of you know this brand of the pen? If you know this brand of the pen, tell me which is this brand.
Sir, it is ink pen basically. I had seen it on Amazon.
It is an ink pen, but can you tell me the brand of the pen?
Walmart. It is Lemmy.
No, it is not Lemmy.
Waterman.
No.
So then I had not, sir. I had seen, but I'm not able to, because I use, sir, Lemmy or Waterman. These two pens I'm having.
Okay. Milind Khairnar Saab and Harikishan Saab has got it right. Pallab ji also has got it right. It is Mont Blanc. A lot of people pronounce it as Mont Blanc, but it is actually a brand from Italy and they pronounce it as Mont Blanc. It is Mont Blanc 149. Now just imagine यार, अगर कोई आदमी आपको बोलता कि एक पेन आपको इंडिया में बेचना है for around 78,000 rupees. Do you buy it logically? आपको ऐसा लगता है कि 78,000 रुपए का कोई पेन होना चाहिए यार? There's no logic. Brands are not about logic. Brands are all about emotions. Hari Saab, I am talking about Mont Blanc 149 fountain pen, right? So what am I trying to say? Let us not, cool, 33,000, 45,000, yeah, whatever is the price. I'm just saying this. Does it sound logical to you people that a pen can be sold for such a price? Come on, give me a yes or a no.
Sir, logical वाली बात नहीं, sir. It is emotional. देखिए sir, for a professor, for a coder, it is his fingers and its writing ability. So these are our weapons. So it should be most finest one. I take it like this way. It is not logical.
विशाल जी देखिए, मैं तो सिर्फ ये बताने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं कि यार अगर मार्केटर लोग एक ब्रांड क्रिएट करना चाहते हैं, ब्रांड इज नॉट क्रिएटेड इन अ डे. यू हैव टू कंसिस्टेंटली बिल्ड इट. देयर आर गोइंग टू बी सम इडियट्स हु विल कम एंड आस्क यू, यार व्हाट नॉनसेंस, व्हाई शुड आई पे सो मच, राइट? So the question is I'm saying the consistency, the mental toughness that I'm talking about, it is not about giving up. You see, whenever we want to change, we want to bring a change. This is how it is. A lot of times after a training program, we get to know what we have to do. We also know how to do it. We also want to do it. Tell me, is it right? ऐसे होता है. We know what to do, we know how to do, and we genuinely want to do it. ऐसा होता है कि नहीं होता यार? हम सबको पता है कि मुझे पैदल चलने से मैं दुबला हो जाऊंगा. मुझे करने की इच्छा भी है और मुझे पैदल चलना आता भी है. We all know it. We know what to do, we know how to do, and we also want to do. But the problem is actually doing. That's the problem. And that is where mental weakness comes into picture. Actually doing it. We all want to do a lot of things in our life. Trust me. Sanjay sir, status is all. See, where am I coming from? I didn't want to discuss Mont Blanc. What I wanted to say was, the moment you apply your brains and you continuously keep doing it, you don't give up. Crazy things are done. Crazy things. I can give you another example of these crazy stuff. I've written some numbers out here. The last number is 750, not 759. So can you tell me what these numbers are? Can anybody tell me what these numbers are, my friend? We have got around, I think around 18 more minutes. So let us try and conclude this. But can you tell me what these numbers are? If you can guess, make a guess. If you say, no, you can't tell me, type an N. Okay, Jubin. Anybody else who wants to give it a shot? What these numbers are? Come on. Few more attempts. Hello. Hello. Anyone? Can anyone else give me an idea about what these numbers are? No, they are not AP, GP, HP. All right, all right. Somebody says, Dr. Bipin Chandra Pant says, sometimes we say this is not purposeful, there is no logic behind it, it is not accepted. There should be a logic behind it. Well, Mr. Chandra, the logic is something that can be explained later. Initially, when some things begin, there is no logic behind it. Maybe we can, we can connect one-on-one and I can tell you, by the way, these numbers are not random numbers. These are prices of 1 cup of tea sold in different places in the city of Mumbai. Now, what is logic in it? जो चाय का प्याला सड़क पे 7 रुपए का मिलता है, होटल ताजमहल पहले sells it for 1200 रुपए also, यार. Where is the logic? It is the same milk, say, I mean, it is, the ingredients are same. Milk, tea leaves, maybe honey, maybe sugar, maybe caramel sugar, maybe mint leaves, blah, 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 blah. But it is about, yeah, Dr. Leela, you're saying, right, it is about ambience, but you don't buy ambience. You actually go and buy tea, right? Ambience is automatically sold to you. It is about somebody initially thinking it this way, that people who are coming to buy tea will also pay me for ambience. In fact, they will pay me more for ambience. The cost of the tea is same. Now, over a period of time, we have started associating some attributes to it. See, what am I trying to say is, when Javed Habib started chasing his career, now before Javed Habib, could you have imagined that a barber or a hairstylist can go to a net worth of around $30 million? Javed Habib is $30 million. Before IPL happened, could we have ever thought that, a cricketer will get paid 16 crore rupees for 3 months? Chris Morris has got paid that much. Yuvraj Singh has got paid that much. And suddenly, the story changes. Kheloge, koodoge, hoge nawab, padhoge, likhoge, padhoge, likhoge, hoge nawab, kheloge, koodoge, hoge karab. That thing has changed. So where am I coming from? I'm just trying to tell you that mentally strong people change the reality. They construct their own reality. And earning 273 crores out of cricket is not somebody, is not anybody's cup of tea. You need to be a mentally strong guy like Virat Kohli to get that effectiveness. Virat Kohli, despite of being a Delhi-based Punjabi, Virat Kohli has gone vegan, and he was always a fit guy. But in last 3 years, he says that he has lost that 6-7 kg extra. And you know what? In last 2 years, Virat Kohli has hit 7 double centuries in Test cricket. That is the kind of agility he has got, and that is what mental toughness is all about. But as I said, the problem is, what are certain symptoms of mental weakness? Let me tell you that. Because I said, I told you that this is a 2-day thing. There is a lot of activity that I take my participants through it. But let me just tell you what are some symptoms of mental weakness. Usually the time that people start their day, the active hours, the energy that they maintain throughout the day. Do they think negative? Do they talk negative? There are a lot of people who do not do what they're supposed to do, and then they are okay with it. They decide to follow a regime, but they don't follow a regime. They don't push themselves out of the comfort zone. They take things personally. Procrastination keeps on happening. Being complacent when you know that you haven't done enough. Falling prey to wrong priorities. And when their focus is on tiny things and not on bigger things. These are certain signs of mental weakness. When we entertain negativity, about our own profession, by saying that, yeah, this is, through an avenue of realism. कई बार यार देखो, अगर हम अपने माइंड को नेगेटिव सिग्नल भेजेंगे तो ये होगा ना. कई बार हम अपने जहन को नेगेटिव सिग्नल भेजते हैं कि यार आजकल तो ऐसा हो गया है. आजकल जैसे कई बार अगर आप बोलोगे कि यार आजकल लोग ना इंटरेस्टेड ही कहाँ होते हैं यार पढ़ने लिखने में, क्या फायदा मेहनत करने का, इससे कुछ हासिल नहीं होना यार. So all these, see, there are more, we start entertaining negativity about our business, our goal through avenue of realism. Kya kuch nahi hota aajkal isse. We start seeking for quicker and shorter and easier ways than we know. We believe there are no opportunities in our field. There are only ups and there are, we want only ups and no downs. We are getting hooked on, one type of product, or we develop unilateral expertise. Partners, do you people feel that I'm making some sense?
Yes, sir.
No, Vishalji, it is not only about you. I'm also connecting to all other my other friends of mine, because I have a bad habit. Whenever I talking about, see, for me, this mental toughness is all about a love affair. One of my boy that I train on mental toughness is Avesh Khan. Currently, he is number 2 in the race of purple cap in IPL. So this is, like asking a guy to talk about his girlfriend. So I can go on and I might lose track. And why my perplexed is, what is my challenge is that, I have to conclude something in 1.5 hours that I do around 2-3 days. So there is so much of it to, give to you. Now, this, why do we give up? Actually, if you again go to Bhagavad Gita, Jubin, because you gave me a correct answer about Bhagavad Gita, let me come to you again. Who do you think was the main villain of Mahabharata? जिसकी वजह से सारा लफड़ा हुआ यार. Who was the main villain?
माता द्रौपदी.
बेटा यार ऐसे मत करो ना अन्याय. द्रौपदी जी के साथ तो अन्याय हुआ. अन्याय करने वाले तो दुर्योधन जी थे.
शकुनी is the villain.
सर अगर आप सर रूट कॉज में जाएंगे तो वहां पे माता द्रौपदी की ही गलती मिलेगी. और जो हमें दिखा वो महाभारत में दुर्योधन ने ही किया और शकुनी जी ने ही किया. आप बिल्कुल सही हैं.
आप ऐसा कह रहे हो कि द्रौपदी दुर्योधन पे हंसी थी, वो गलत हंसी थी?
Yes sir, exactly.
Sir, I have a different view.
Who said that?
Hello sir, I would like to say
Anand here, sir. I have a different view.
Who said that he has a different view? I want to know your name.
Anand here.
Yeah, Anand ji, please welcome to the discussion.
It is Bhishma who did that pratigya that he will not marry and he will give away everything in spite of being a very noble child, etc. That I think is the trigger for the entire chain of events to happen. Imagine if that person had.
देखो पार्टनर्स, मुझे तो ऐसा लगता है
अंबर सर मुझे जहां तक लगता है एक चीज थी फैमिली में, ये थी नेगेटिविटी.
विशाल जी, we have another voice, another gentleman wanting to talk. Can we listen to him first?
Yes sir. Can I?
May I know who's this?
Milind Karna.
Oh, Milind ji, please come.
Yeah. Sir, in my view, it is apparently it is Shakuni, but if you go to the root cause, it is Bhishma, because Hastinapur being the mighty state, they made Gandhar to marry, to wed Gandhar to wed Dhritarashtra.
Agreed.
And that's when
I have a humble submission to make, my dear friend. देखो क्या हुआ भाई.
अंबर सर, कैन आई स्पीक फॉर अ मिनट? अंबर सर.
हाँ, विशाल जी बोलिए प्लीज.
सर पता है प्रॉब्लम क्या है? महाभारत में हम इंडिविजुअल को देखते हैं, जानते हैं प्रॉब्लम इन द महाभारत इज एवरीबॉडी गॉट नेगेटिव. हर आदमी एक नेगेटिव सोच की तरफ दौड़ रहा था, पॉजिटिव कोई था ही नहीं. वो था रिवेंज. अगर आपका थॉट नेगेटिव होगा ना पूरी फैमिली में एक दूसरे के लिए और सबके लिए, तो सिर्फ नेगेटिविटी प्रिवेल करेगी, अच्छाई तो होगी ही नहीं ना. तो रूट कॉज इज नेगेटिव.
विशाल भाई, लेकिन देखो मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ कि बाबा एक बात सोच के देखो. अभी क्या हो गया ना, समथिंग विच हैज हैपेंड नाउ. फाइनली जब भगवान कृष्ण दुर्योधन के पास फाइनल प्रपोजल लेके गए थे कि बाबा 5 गांव दे दे, यार वो तो दे सकता था.
सर प्रॉब्लम इज अगेन विद द नेगेटिविटी.
बड़ा मैसेकर बच जाता. देखो बड़ा मैसेकर बच जाता.
सर प्रॉब्लम इज नेगेटिविटी.
नहीं, एग्रीड, बट हु वाज कॉलिंग शॉट्स? भाई अगर अपन ये कहें कि महाभारत का युद्ध रोकने की जो ये थी पॉसिबिलिटी थी, वो किसके हाथों में थी?
सर
दुर्योधन के हाथों में थी ना पार्टनर्स. यार देखो, जब उसके पास लोगों ने कहा भैया तुम राज्य जीत गए, चलो ठीक है, तुमने राज्य हड़प लिया, तुमने उनको अज्ञातवास दिया, तुमने उनको वनवास दिया, सब कुछ हो गया, एवरीथिंग सेड एंड डन. यार अब जो तुमने वादा किया था कि तुम ये सब जब करके आओगे तो तुम्हारा राज्य लौटा दिया जाएगा, भैया राज्य भी नहीं देना चाहते, कोई बात नहीं यार 5 गांव तो दे दो। अभी मजेदार बात पता है क्या है यार, कायदे से भगवान कृष्ण को अगर किसी को समझाना चाहिए था तो किसको समझाना चाहिए था, अर्जुन को या दुर्योधन को?
दुर्योधन को।
तो फिर उन्होंने अर्जुन को क्यों समझाया?
क्योंकि उन्हें लड़वाना था, महाभारत
समझना नहीं था,
महाभारत होती।
नहीं 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 नहीं, एक मिनट विशाल, किसी ने सही कहा कि दुर्योधन को समझना नहीं था, किसने कहा ये?
सर जुबिन।
जुबिन, मजेदार बात पता है दोस्त, है ना, एक्चुअली भगवान जी दुर्योधन के पास समझाने गए थे, लेकिन दुर्योधन को जब भगवान कृष्ण ने बताया तो दुर्योधन ने कि भैया देखो तुम जो कर रहे हो ना, ये बड़ा गलत कर रहे हो, ये अधर्म है, राइट? तुम जो कर रहे हो ये अधर्म है, ये सही नहीं है, ठीक है? तब दुर्योधन ने एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग बात कही। दुर्योधन ने कहा, जानामि धर्मम न च मे प्रवृत्ति, जानामि पापम न च मे निवृत्ति, केनापि देवेन हृदये स्थितेन यथा नियोक्तस्मि तथा करोमि। इसका मतलब यह है, दुर्योधन का कहना था कि सुनो भगवान जी, आप मुझे ये मत बताओ कि यार जो मैं कर रहा हूं ये गलत है, मुझे पता है कि ये गलत है, लेकिन ये करने से मैं अपने आप को रोक नहीं पाता हूं। मुझे ये मत बताओ कि ये धर्म है, क्योंकि जो धर्म मुझे पता है कि सही है, ये मुझे करना चाहिए, लेकिन वो करने की मेरी इच्छा नहीं होती। मेरे मन में भगवान ने कोई ऐसी शक्ति निहित कर दी है, वो जैसा बोलती है मैं तो वैसा करता हूं। जानामि धर्मम न च मे प्रवृत्ति, जानामि पापम न च मे निवृत्ति, केनापि देवेन हृदये स्थितेन तथा नियोक्तास्मि तथा करोमि। ये आपको मिलेगा अगर आप ढूंढेंगे तो। अभी मजेदार बात ये सोच के देखो यार, मैंने पाया है कि अगर इसकी तरह अपन बात करें ना, तो देयर इज अ लिटिल मिनिएचर दुर्योधन इन ऑल आवर हार्ट्स। हम सबके मन में दुर्योधन है यार। हमारे मन की अंतरात्मा बोलती है कि बेटा अंबर सुबह उठ के घूमने जा, लेकिन अंदर का दुर्योधन बोलता है कल से करेंगे।
That's true, sir. That's true.
यार हमें हमारे अंतरात्मा कहती है यार और प्रिपरेशन कर, लेट अस मेक ईच ट्रेनिंग सेशन ऑफ आवर्स टू बी द बेस्ट ट्रेनिंग सेशन दैट यू डिलीवर। लेकिन क्या होता है, जब आपका क्लाइंट नया होता है, आपको पहली बार डील क्लोज करनी होती है ना, तो आप पूरी मेहनत करके जाते हो। अब डील क्लोज हो गई, आपका क्लाइंट 5 साल पुराना हो गया, अब आपका प्रोग्राम स्टेबल हो गया, रिलेशनशिप स्टेबल हो गई, तो धीरे से फिर आप बोलते हो एक दिन उसके वीपी को कि यार विश्वेश भाई, मैं थोड़ा सा घर में बिजी हूं, अभी मेरी टीम का कोई बंदा ये वाला लेग कंप्लीट कर ले तो चलेगा क्या आके? वो भी बोलता है ठीक है यार अंबर सर, आप बिजी हो, कोई बात नहीं, अभी कोई और आके कर लो। Now this is where my problem is. You know what, partners? Whenever we want, we get mentally tough, we'll have to give up few things. Number one, भगवान कृष्ण कहते हैं कि यार चीजें दो टाइप की होंगी, श्रेय चीजें और प्रेय चीजें। श्रेय चीजें वो जो हमें करनी चाहिए, प्रेय चीजें वो जो हमें करना पसंद है। भगवान कृष्ण ये भी कहते हैं कि हमारे व्यवहार को दो चीजें गाइड करती है, संस्कार और प्रकृति, कल्चर एंड नेचर। और संस्कार और प्रकृति के अधीन हमारे मन में राग और द्वेष डेवलप होते हैं। व्हाट डू वी लाइक, व्हाट डू वी डिसलाइक, बेसिस राग एंड द्वेष, देन वी कम अबाउट द श्रेय एंड प्रेय थिंग्स। So while there must be a subject that we don't like to, I mean, I'm not interested in, yeah, there is a class that I don't like, there is a teacher that I don't like, there is a customer that I don't like, there is something about my institute that I don't like, there is something about my life that I don't like, there is something about the surroundings that I don't like, there is a huge amount of politics everywhere. But the great thing is, boss, Virat Kohli's father was no one. There are a lot of people who say that in India, cricket is all about politics. But had that been the case, Sunil Gavaskar's son would have been Indian captain and not Virat Kohli. It is about the mental toughness that Virat Kohli practices. He just does not give up. He keeps applied. Now, I'm sure I know I'm dealing with all the professors, and I'm sure you must have heard about this thing. How many of you have heard about the marshmallow experiment? Have you heard about the marshmallow experiment? यार हाँ या ना बोल। ओके कूल, अमित जी थैंक, आनंद लोखंडे साहब गुड। So marshmallow experiment basically talks about two things, partners. It talks about two things. You know, it says marshmallow experiment talks about a concept called instant and delayed gratification. आप मार्शमेलो एक्सपेरिमेंट के बारे में जाकर इंटरनेट पे तलाशिएगा जरूर, लेकिन मैं तो आपको ये बताना चाहता हूं, देखिए जब भी हम कोई चीज करते हैं ना, हमें इंटरेस्टिंग चीज या पसंद की चीज या इजी चीज या जिस चीज में हमें कामयाबी मिल जाएगी, वो चीज करना इसलिए अच्छा लगता है क्योंकि वो हमें इंस्टेंट ग्रेटिफिकेशन देती है, हमें मजा इजीली मिल जाता है। यार जब हम डाइट कंट्रोल की बात करते हैं तो जो हेल्थ है वो तो हमें 15 साल बाद मिलने वाला है, अच्छी हेल्थ का फायदा, लेकिन आइसक्रीम या जलेबी या लड्डू खाने का जो मजा है वो इमीडिएटली मिलेगा। So in life, when you talk about mental toughness, it is about to choose between delayed gratification and instant gratification. We all human beings are interested in instant gratification. यार मजा अभी आ जाए, इंक्रीमेंट अभी मिल जाए, हेल्थ अभी बन जाए, फिटनेस अभी आ जाए। ऐसे नहीं होता पार्टनर्स। Delayed gratification or deferred gratification is the ability to resist the temptation for an immediate reward and wait for a reward later. Generally, delayed gratification is associated with smaller but more immediate, resisting a smaller but more immediate reward in order to receive a larger but a more enduring reward later. So partners, अगर लोग delayed gratification choose करते हैं, delayed gratification वो आदमी choose करेगा। वेल सोमेश भाई, आपका कहना ये ठीक है कि विराट कोहली का एग्जाम्पल देखिए यार, कौन फेल नहीं हुआ सिंह साहब, फेल बहुत लोग होते हैं, राइट? मेरे घर में माय मदर इज अ डाई हार्ड फैन ऑफ महेंद्र सिंह धोनी। आई एग्री, दीज आर डिफरेंट स्टाइल्स, एग्रेशन also is required. I'm saying Virat Kohli because he is somebody who is playing right now. You can have your own examples and see, trust me, ऐसा आदमी आपको दुनिया में कभी भी नहीं मिलेगा who has only the stories of victory, right?
Sir, if you don't mind, can I speak for 1 minute?
Please.
Sir,
is that Sumesh?
Yeah, I'm Sumesh only, sir.
Please.
I'm not against any particular cricketer and all these things. But if you go inside the details of this cricket and Bollywood, जहाँ पे हमें यही नहीं पता कि वो कहाँ से पैसा आ रहा है, उनका involvement कहाँ पे है, and there is lot of fixing things happening. Can you assure me, like जो भी या विराट कोहली है या जो भी धोनी है, ये लोग जो मैच खेलते हैं, can you tell me like it is 100% सही मैच खेलते हैं, like there is no corruption, there is nothing like that? मेंटल हम मेंटल हेल्थ की बात तब कर सकते हैं जब कोई चीज ट्रांसपेरेंट हो, जब कोई
मुझे एक बात बताओ, स्टेट बैंक में करप्शन है?
Sir, I'm not talking about state bank. I'm talking about, yeah, of course है, sir.
Please, मुझे बताओ, स्टेट बैंक में करप्शन है?
Of course है, sir.
इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स में करप्शन है?
Yes, sir.
हेल्थ केयर में करप्शन है?
Of course, sir. ऐसी कोई फील्ड नहीं जहाँ पे करप्शन नहीं हो।
तो फिर बेटा क्रिकेटर्स से क्यों एक्सपेक्ट करते हो?
तो सर हम उनका एग्जांपल क्यों लें, उस चीज को एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए?
देखो, आप इंडियन आर्मी का एग्जांपल ले सकते हो क्या? तुम्हें लगता है इंडियन आर्मी में करप्शन है?
To some extent होगा, sir, of course. Even I belong to Indian Army, मतलब background. My dad is working in Indian Air Force and my brother is in Indian Army. I can tell you.
Beta, my brother is a brigadier in Indian Army, right? But what am I trying to tell you is, you will have to neglect negativities and accept positivities. Correct?
But sir, हम पॉजिटिविटी का एग्जांपल उन लोगों को लेना चाहिए ना जो मतलब रियल में मतलब उस चीज में गो थ्रू हो। आप कोहली का एग्जांपल ले रहे हो, आई एम नॉट श्योर लाइक वो 100% हम अब उसका एग्जांपल लेने की मतलब क्यों लेंगे जब वो हम श्योरिटी नहीं ले सकते कि वो मैच जो खेल रहे हैं 100% सही खेल रहे हैं, कितना फिक्सिंग होता है, क्या होता है।
अगर आप मेरे साथ डिस्कनेक्टेड हो ना, तो आप बेशक कोई और एग्जांपल लीजिएगा। बेटा मैं ना रणजी ट्रॉफी टीम्स के साथ, आईपीएल टीम्स के साथ बहुत कंटिन्यूअसली काम करता हूं, राइट? तो मेरे पास कोई ऐसा प्रूफ नहीं है ये कहने के लिए कि सब हर ही आदमी बेकार है।
बट वो ड्रामा जो चलता है ना आईपीएल का, 90% उसमें सब फिक्सिंग ही होती है ना सर।
बेटा अगर आपके पास कोई प्रूफ है तो आप कोर्ट में जाके
इट हैज बीन प्रूव्ड सर, इट हैज बीन प्रूव्ड। हम लोग आंखें बंद करके मतलब देखना नहीं चाहते। इट हैज बीन प्रूव्ड।
आई थिंक अगर आपको मेरे विराट कोहली का एग्जांपल लेने से आप आहत हुए हो तो मैं आपसे माफी मांग सकता हूं।
नॉट एट ऑल, आई एम नॉट आहत सर, आई एम नॉट एट ऑल, आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू।
आपके पास मेरा नंबर है?
हम यहाँ पे बहुत सेंसिटिव टॉपिक पे बात कर रहे हैं व्हेन इट कम्स टू मेंटल
हेल्थ।
नो सर, आई डोंट हैव योर नंबर।
तो आपके लिए मैं मेरा नंबर टाइप कर रहा हूं, है ना? मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि हम लोग ये इस डिस्कशन को जो आपके और मेरे बीच में हो सकता है वन ऑन वन ले सकते हैं, राइट? मैं तो आपको ये बताने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं बेटा कि करप्शन है ना, ये साक्षात सतयुग, द्वापर युग, त्रेता युग, भगवान श्री कृष्ण के रहते हैं भरी सभा में द्रौपदी का चीरहरण करने की जो कोशिश हुई वो भी करप्शन था। भगवान राम की भार्या माता सीता का जो रावण अपहरण करके ले गया वो भी करप्ट बिहेवियर था। बाली ने अपने छोटे भाई सुग्रीव की बीवी को हड़प लिया, वो भी करप्शन था। तो यू नो आपको सुमेश, आइडियलिज्म does not work. There are negativities and there are positivities, because I am associated with the field and I don't have reasons to believe, right? Like if your brother tells you that Indian army does not have great amount of corruption and you trust him, similarly I am part of the system and I don't have reasons to believe that it is all corrupt. बेटा एक गंदी मछली तो किसी भी तालाब में हो सकती है
सर, बट आप चलो ठीक है, आप एसोसिएटेड हो, मैं आई रियली अप्रिशिएट दैट, बट आपको भी पता है रियलिटी, एवरीबडी नोज द रियलिटी, इट्स जस्ट दैट हम लोग आंखें बंद करके बैठना चाहते हैं।
It is not that obvious, and
tell me one thing, tell me just one more thing I would like to discuss.
No, let us take it one on one. I'm sure, let us not spoil the time of all others.
Fine.
So partners, my apologies for getting into a one-to-one debate with Somesh. I have shared Somesh's, my number with Somesh, and I can take it on. I wanted to, finish on the concept of delayed gratification. And Kiran ma'am, I know we have overshot the time. Can I take 3 more minutes, something very important, and then conclude?
Sure, sir.
Partners, say, I'll tell you what, I have seen while I was part of the, board in my last company, I have seen a lot of people who are very, very seniors. When there is a board meeting, one of a very senior gentleman who was heading our sales team, one day he comes to office and he finds all of us working very, seriously on our desks. He asked me and said, "Ambar, yaar, kya baat hai? Aaj sab log bade seriously kaam kar rahe hain." मैंने एकदम उसकी तरफ देख के कहा, मैंने कहा, यार अमन, don't tell me that you have forgotten that we have executive committee meeting today. And he was zapped, right? He just forgot that we had executive committee meeting. Now, a lot of time people at that senior level can also be so casual about something very important. But I have often seen, if you have a picnic to be planned in office, people are so damn involved into it, so engrossed into it. यार क्या लेके जाएंगे, कहाँ जाएंगे, खाने के लिए क्या अरेंज करना है, यार और कोई व्यवस्था करनी है कि नहीं करनी है. सो मैंने अक्सर देखा है कि जो लोगों के लिए इंटरेस्टिंग चीजें होती है ना, योर इंस्टीट्यूट सेंड्स यू फॉर अ कॉन्फ्रेंस इन स्विट्जरलैंड. मैंने कई सारे लोगों को देखा है, जब कंपनीज आपको बाहर कॉन्फ्रेंस में भेजती थी, people are more interested in going to Jungfrau and Titlis rather than the WTO conference. So partners, my humble suggestion is, see, all these things, when you want to implement few things in your life, they don't yield quick. Agree. But unless we mentally persist with it, nothing would yield. And that is the reason why I say, if we have that mental strength, it will get us the personal effectiveness. I want to thank you all for patiently listening to me. I know it was a very haphazard session, but I got an invitation from, rather invitation ke bajaye main ye keh lu, I got an instruction from my guru that I have to do it, and I did not want to lose any opportunity of making new friends. So my request again goes on the same. Partners, I will share my contact number with you here in the chat. I have already done that for Somesh ji. I hope I don't offend him by taking an example of a cricketer. I'll take it on one-on-one with him, and hopefully we are able to resolve our discussion. In case if you feel that we can be friends, I look forward to receiving your name and just a hi on this number. This is what I use WhatsApp on, and it was fantastic to again connect with you. Hopefully I didn't buck you guys up, and absolutely, it was a pleasure again. Kiran madam, thank you so much for letting me interact with these wonderful audience again, and thanks a ton. That's all from my side. If you have any questions, I know we've already shot beyond our time, 7 more minutes beyond time, but I'm done. In case if there's absolutely anything I could address now, I'm there.
It's a pleasure, Ambar sir, to have you on such short notice, and thank you for accepting our invitation on just a short notice and being here and definitely enlightening us on all this. The morning session also had lots of power building and positivity building things related to Bhagavad Gita. and you also summed up all the things for all of us and helped us connect the you can say the mental toughness, the personal effectiveness, and the self part all together. So we have one of the participants, Zubin. He would like to extend the vote of thanks on behalf of IBMR and on behalf of all the participants from STTP. Zubin sir.
Yes, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so very much, sir, for this wonderful session. It is pleasure listening you from past 3 days. I think you deliver your session, and trust me, I never found a person like you who not just delivering the content, who actually interacting with the audience. And especially when you are on the virtual mode, it is quite difficult to connect with one to one. But the way you handled us and the way you are engaging me, because I am the one who is least interested in the conversations. I just love listening people. But the way you engage us and the way you deliver the content is simply fantabulous. I am a huge fan of you. Thank you so much for this wonderful, wonderful session. And I really love to connect with you again and again, and personally want to meet you.
Pleasure
Thank
here.
you so much.
We would definitely connect.
I also want to thank the organizing committee and the organizing institute for this wonderful STTP and the workshop which you guys are conducting. It is a very beautiful session. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, Zubin sir. Thank you, Amba sir, for being connected. I would just like to continue from here with our participants, Amba sir. Thanks for being a part of this STTP, Amba sir.
Thank you.
Participants, the feedback link is there in the chat window. So this time you have two feedback links. One is for this current session of Amber sir, and one is overall feedback relating to the 6 days of STTP. So please fill both the feedback forms because they are very necessary for us to know our loopholes and where we can improve in the near future. I have also typed in the test link in the chat window. This is a test link from Testmos, and uh, once you will log in on the Testmos, you will be asked for a password. So the password is caps lock STTP Mgmt. So in any which ways, if you face any kind of problem, you can reach us through WhatsApp or any other media. This link will be active till 12 in night, and I'll also be forwarding this link on the WhatsApp group as well. Okay, so we are at the end of short-term training program. Uh, the ending ceremony will just take 5 more minutes, so I need 5 more minutes of yours. All India Council of Technical Education, AICT, sponsored us for this short-term training program on Management 4.0. Initially, we got the sponsorship to organize this program physically, but because of this pandemic situation, we got an opportunity to organize it virtually and thrice. So this is our third phase, which is ending today. I would like to thank All India Council of Technical Education. I would like to thank IBMR IPS Academy for being the organizing partner of this STTP. The head of the institute, Dr. Vivek Singh Kushwaha, who has given us the opportunity. The session co-chair, Dr. Sachin Mittal, who has been an enlightening force throughout the sessions. And my co-coordinators, Dr. Nidhi Jawar and Dr. Kali Charan Modak. We all tried to make this STTP useful. Obviously, the STTP would not have been successful without such eminent personalities and resource persons from industry and academia. So we thank them all that they could connect with us and they could enlighten us all. And yes, any program is not successful without active participation. So all of you being so active, so interactive, and so energetic throughout the sessions, it's a pleasure to have an interaction with all of you. Thank you for being a part of IBMR IPS Academy and this STTP. Definitely will be organizing such more faculty development programs and short-term training programs in near future, and we will approach you because we have your email IDs now. And the platform and the forum is open for your feedbacks. If you want to say something, participants, you're free to unmute yourself. We'll just continue for the next 5 minutes. I know there's no break and it's been quite long. So please go ahead with your feedbacks. We would love to hear that. So, Mesh sir, you can please speak.
Madam, please repeat.
Milind sir.
Yeah, madam, the program was wonderful. That I don't have any words to describe it, but Every single session I enjoyed, and especially about Amber sir. It was informative, it was motivational, it was enlightening, everything, everything in one package. Madam, just I have a request that you please brief us once again on this test, because there was a disturbance and I couldn't hear you properly.
Sure, sir. I'll sum it up. The test will have 50 MCQs questions. Each question will carry 2 marks. There is no negative marking. You will be getting multiple options, but yes, please remember you have to tick on any of the option and then move on, because for submitting the test, ticking at least one option and one question is mandatory. So this is the objective type based questions. All the sessions that were covered by the resource person, the questions are from those sessions only. They are very general basic questions, and if you have been a part of this STTP, you would be able to answer that. So hopefully there won't be any issue. So 50 questions with 4 objectives in each question, one correct answer, no negative marking, and you have to mandatorily choose an option before submitting. I
How
have
much is the
already
time, madam?
forwarded the test link and password. Yes, sir, I'm coming to that. I have given the test link and the password. You have to enter through that. You have to type in your name and then proceed. The test will be active for 1 hour, but if you can complete it in 10, 15 or 30 minutes, you can submit it before time. The test link would be working from now to 12:30 night. I think it will be activated at around 2:30. So from 2:30 to 12 in night, you can attempt the test once in any hour which is comfortable to you in between this time. Milind sir, am I clear with this?
Yes, madam. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
yes.
you, Milind sir. So, Mesh sir, would you like to say something? Sarita ma'am, please
Yeah,
go
ma'am.
ahead.
First of all, I mean, it's a wonderful program which you people have conducted during this pandemic. And I'm really thankful to your institute for organizing such a wonderful program.
So, Mesh sir first.
Yeah, ma'am. Can you hear me? Hello.
Sir, you are audible.
Yeah, so that's what, but I feel as like there are always loopholes in the systems or programs. So I feel like after every session we should get some time to interact with the people, like the person who is presenting, because there'll be always something like which we may not agree, because if we agree to everything, then there is no point in learning the things. I feel there is always a chance to interact with the people, I mean the person who is presenting, so that we can have a discussion on few things which we don't agree. I think next time when you are organizing, please have some time for that as well. So that will be a wonderful for, I mean, personally to me. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Sure, sure. So, Mesh sir, we will keep that thing in mind. And I would even appreciate that today Amber sir extended 7 to 10 minutes for discussion. And even he gave his personal number so that the discussion can be continued for a longer period of time. So,
Yeah,
definitely
I
we
appreciate that,
will
ma'am. It
implement
was
this
a healthy
suggestion
debate.
from the next
I
time.
would
So,
really
Mesh sir,
call him and
thank you.
have a proper debate with him regarding that
Yes,
topic.
yes.
I will do that.
Ma'am,
Yes,
can I?
true, sir, true. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah,
Thank
Sarita
you.
ma'am, please go ahead.
Okay, ma'am, I just want to say thank you for the organizing committee, especially the way you have handled everything. It's really amazing, and all the sessions were really like, as sir has already said, is a full package. From the day one to the last day, we have really learned a lot from all different speakers from different areas, whether it is HR, it is digital marketing, and the session, the last session especially, and that we have to follow consistency. Though we have learning from the very first day, but to follow that consistency has to be there. So that was really very nice, ma'am. Thank you so much. And in future also, if your college is organizing such session, we'll love to be a part of it, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sarita ma'am, for being so interactive throughout the sessions and being so active. Thank you, ma'am. Any other participant would like to share their views or their feedback? I could
Hello,
see a
ma'am.
few in the chat window. Thank you so much.
Hello,
Yes,
ma'am.
Dr. Sujit.
Hello, ma'am. Once again, thank the organization team, your department, and your school of business school. Ma'am, all the sessions were really wonderful, which there is no doubt about it. And definitely, I would like to suggest once, by God's grace, all this pandemic is over, we would love to have a offline 1 week FTP conducted by your institute, madam. This is the request I would like to. Thank you, madam. Thank you all.
So the planning is on, and surely once the pandemic is done, we will organize that as well in the safest of the conditions, and we will definitely inform you for the same. Sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's my humble request if we all can turn on our cameras just for 2 minutes so that I can take a group photo, and that would be a memory to cherish for my institute and for all of us being the coordinators for this STTP. So please, if you can switch on your camera, I'll just take a group photo, because we have got such wonderful interactive participants in this third phase. Each resource person has communicated this to us personally, that in this particular phase the participants have been very active, they have been interacting throughout, they have the zeal to learning, and that's something great to hear from the participants. So please, if you can turn on the cameras, we can see you, we can capture this moment right here right now, and we will cherish it for life. Thank you so much, everyone, for being the part of this STTP. Thank you all. And now I take your leave. All the best for your exam. And definitely, once you clear the exam and your attendance qualifies, we'll be mailing you the certificate by next week. So thank you all for being a wonderful participant. And take care of yourselves and family. Stay safe.